shot. That's the only way to be GTEDC. Crank it up. Crank it up. Business growing, you've been going GTE for such a long time.
Long time.
The power's gonna go above and beyond in your lifetime.
Lifetime.
Got to thrill 'em, got to kill 'em, GTE, 'cause now's the right time. Crank it up. Crank it up. And take it to the streets. You know what you've got to do.
You got to
Crank it up and put it on the lines. You know all it takes is you.
all it takes is to
Give it all you've got. Take your best shot. That's the only way to be GTEDC. Crank it up. Crank it up. Crank it out. Crank it up. Crank it up.
Big six, up those lips. Sip, lip, next sip. Next lip, next sip, next sip. Next sip. Give that sip a kiss, Nick. Take a slowly sip, Nick. That's it. Next sip. Next sip, next sip, next sip. Straws beware. Slips are coming for you. Sipping so sexual. Nick sips. Nick sips. Nick sips. Nick sips.
And going on towards Ninja Turtles and things like that. So
Baby rapper, cool as he can be. Baby rapper, baby rapper. Baby rapper, cool as he can be. Baby rapper, baby rapper. He knows his numbers and his ABC. Baby rapper, baby rapper. He can dance, he can sing, he can rap about anything. He digs music that moves his soul like rhythm and blues and rock and roll. Baby rapper.
and now Baby Rapper is going to do his impersonation of the Beatles. So come on, folks, let's dance along, sing along to Beatles song.
Cool as he can be. Baby rapper, baby rapper.
Commerce State Bank.
Got me my dream home. Gave us quick turnaround.
Told us what we're signing. Commerce State Bank came through with a great
Answered my questions.
Told me what I'm signing.
We're in tune with you. Give us a call.
early relationships.
Jim's coins in Hilda. 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 Jim's coins in Hilda.
Madison.
VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live.
Well,
Hello, Melinda's.
Hello, Melinda's VCR Party Live. We're back in the studio. We're done with this trip. I'm Joe. That's Nick. There's George. That's Steve. I'm in the office. 11,000 VHS tapes. We're trying to watch every single one of them. It's good to be back, isn't it? We're live right now, and we're not pre-taping. Thank God.
That's right. Yeah, we're back live, so we'll be reading your comments. Well, who are we kidding? We won't be. George and Steve will be reading your comments and chiming in occasionally.
Want to take phone calls? We haven't talked to them in a while.
George is shaking his head. No, I would love to. But I defer to George on these matters. So
Your hands are tied. Okay.
yeah. Well, yeah, we just got back from like a 2.5-week tour. We're playing Chop and Steal, our movie, and A Life on the Farm. And then we were in Calgary doing Volume 10 and Schenectady. We met so many great people, a lot of who probably are watching tonight, and who gave us stuff, gave us tapes.
We're going to go through most of like the nice things during the nice things segment, which is coming up. But I just want to show some of the videos that we collected. We've gotten this one before, but it's always fun to get this one. Kitties with an apostrophe S. That one's always a good one to get. Nick, do you know why didn't they do the apostrophe S on the Critters?
Because it's the one that warns you that the S is coming up at the end.
Okay, but there's an S coming up on the Critters, though.
Oh. You know, the person who gave that to us pointed out that it might have been grammatically correct. It could have been Kitties, Cuddly Cats, and Critters. So it's the Cuddly Cats and Critters of Kitty.
Oh, we've been wrong all these years.
Are you sure that wasn't just a typo? That they forgot it?
I think we might have.
Let's go with typo. Typo. It's funnier. Here's a puberty video that I've never seen before, still in the shrink, about you. There's the girl section on there. There's the boy section right after it. Looking forward to that one. Well, you remember somebody gave us this one, Nick? Women's what is it called? Nonsense. No nonsense. Self-defense. Looks
great cover.
Good. Look at this one. Somebody gave in Schenectady. Look, it's still in the shrink. This is one of those birthday greeting ones with a comedian on it, and he's telling jokes. This whole thing is all about jokes. But look at the packaging on this thing. It's so thick.
Yeah.
And,
so does it come with something else in there, or?
Yeah, there's a tape in here. There's a VHS tape in here.
Well, yeah, I know, but I just thought if it's that thick, maybe there's something else, like a card or.
I think it's like a box around it so that you can wrap it up as a present. So I think
so that's unopened, huh?
Unopened. Here's another unopened called Regarding Romance. What do you think this one's about? I think it's Christian, like how to fall in love with somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still in the shrink.
Yeah, still in the shrink.
It's regarding romance, is what you're saying.
Right. It's regarding
Seems to be something regarding romance. Okay.
Right. And then look at this. We got a Nacho Chihuahua we're going to send to Robert. Christopher gave us this one. And Christopher wrote a whole note on the back. I haven't read it. I don't want to, his private letter to Robert. But it's about how he found this copy of Nacho Chihuahua. So I'll be giving this to Robert soon. And then this one I just opened up from Bob Hedges. He sent a box and I got excited about it. And I opened up Solutions for Cutting Meat. And has a little comic on the front. Send that over to Caitlin.
I knew we should have bought Clem's meat cutting video. It's the wife that has curlers in her hair and he's processing a deer on a table, it looks like.
Is that what he's doing? I can't tell what he's doing with the deer.
Well,
kind of hard to
doing something to that deer.
Yeah, he's doing something to the deer. Here's the mastermind behind it. That's his glamour shot.
Like. Yeah. Okay.
So, those are all the nice VHS tapes we got over the last 3 weeks.
I got a couple I'll show off too, just a few of them. This one, this is Easy Riders. We found a lot of these, but this was pointed out. It looks like his beard becomes the road. Can you see that? Like the beard goes there, and then it becomes the road that a biker is biking on.
Oh,
so
clever!
Kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. There's one called the self-esteem workout. This looks kind of like it might be new agey. Looks very homemade, right?
Oh yeah.
Self-esteem workout video. This one was put together. This is all of Paul Fusco, the creator of Elf's non-Elf material that he's ever done. So some Easter specials, some various commercials and things like that.
Anything I would have heard of?
Probably not. We've watched some of it on the show before.
All right. He peaked at Elf.
Yes. And then this was all pre-Elf. And then this I just like. every man should know about his prostate. And then on the back, what I like is, we all think about like what kind of quotes we'd have attributed to us, maybe when we die. This one, I don't know if he'd want this one attributed to him, but it says, "My urine stream was a lot smaller. It had no force to it. On occasions, I had urgency." So that's what this guy. That's his quote.
I've had that sometimes where like my urethra, for whatever reason, just wants to be like all shriveled up and just like have a little tiny pee stream come out. It doesn't happen all the time, just every so often.
Save something for Patreon.
Put that behind the paywall. Put that behind the pee wall.
Good one.
Well, let's get into a classic. We have some exciting news to announce later in the show, so I'll tease that. Wet your whistle, but we got to get into this.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
All right, this is from I think it was a montage we did called Kids Stuff in like volume 2 of our show in like 2007. And they're always horrifying. They're the singing babies. Here we go. This is called Toddler Tunes. Using Jingle Cat's technology.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for saluting.
Is this Spala? Did Spala do this?
No.
Huh. They owe Spala.
I've been working on the railroad all the live one day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Don't you hear the whistle blow?
This would be true if there weren't unions.
It's true. But all the live long day.
Knees and toes.
What?
It's baby Arlie Army.
Knees and toes. 7 little, 8 little, 9 little Indians, 10 little Indian boys.
I think it's beautiful. This whole thing.
Wasn't this like a Conan bit?
Yeah, it was the Clutch Cargo bit.
That's how people talk, right? They just hold still and just move their mouths.
Yep, that's how it goes.
They don't blink. They just.
Yep. Each one's a new horror.
Do babies actually like this?
I can't imagine they do.
They all learn to talk strangely.
It's the dead-eyed stare that's the scariest part. Paul Schaefer? Oh my god. Oh, that's scary. It's the ghost of the baby.
It's a creepy PSA.
That's
it is. This has to be in the Halloween show. We gotta put this in the Halloween show.
Wait, here.
Yes, definitely Halloween show.
Those are the other babies that baby has murdered.
Yep. Yeah, so singing babies, toddler tunes.
Babies are horrifying. Man.
Yes, and I think we had only shown. I showed that lullaby in another show, and I think we'd shown like Yankee Doodle as part of that montage. But I went back to the tape and pulled some of the other ones, and boy,
that's good stuff.
Yeah,
wow, it gets even better.
Yeah.
Let's get out of there as soon as possible. Steve, who are you selling out to this week?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Joe. I am doing a repeat sellout. I'm selling out for David from Flushing and his friends Perry and Ariana. They're looking for fun Melindas in the Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island area who are looking to play tabletop games. They're into all sorts of games as well as role-playing games. Contact Flushing Friends and Gaming at gmail.com if you're interested. Come out to Flushing, have some of the best authentic Chinese food in the country, and play with some fun people. And I tell you, I hope they're going to buy another sellout, Steve. And I'm hoping at that point I will have gone out and played. So I've been in touch with David. I'm setting up a day and play some games.
I would love to go out there. I want to parlay like a Mets game, go out there and watch the Mets, and then go do this. That would be a hell of a day right there. So I definitely want to do that. So let me know when you're going out there, Steve.
I will. I definitely will. I'm in for the food and the games. And everybody reach out and support the Melindas and support us.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. Melinda game day.
All right. So we mentioned the should we talk about the big surprise right now? The big announcement? This
might be the biggest news in VCR party history.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Bigger than hold on. I guess we've never really had big news before.
We met McSee. I think that was
that's right. There
Dark
we
Lord
go.
Blood.
Is this bigger than McSee? Dark Lord Blood?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay. So never mind. Disregard what Nick said earlier. All right. So who wants to reveal? Steve, why don't you reveal what the big news is?
Well, there is going to be a new Melinda in the world, as my wife and I are expecting. So
there we go.
Very, very
congratulations.
And
wow,
it's going to be a little Lady Lawrence. So Melinda is in the running as a possible baby name.
Oh,
well, I remember I told you right when you told me, Steve, that your baby needs to be named Pinky because she will be the daughter of a thumb.
Very true. Very true.
That'd be a great nickname, though. Pinky?
Yeah, sure. Why not? But one of the things people like to say in the chat is smash that Steve button, for the likes. That's a big thumb. So
I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, smash that Steve button.
That's actually how the conception occurred, was smashing the Steve button.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it. How did the conception occur?
Did you?
I'm wearing my Frenching hat that George gave me, and
a little inspiration.
Yeah.
I was going to say, can you conceive a child through Frenching? And apparently you can.
Yes.
It sounds like you can. So
yes,
living proof.
Oh,
this is huge news. I mean, when your daughter's born and looks up and says, "Grandpa," I think it's going to be one of those special moments.
How about this? How about if we get the Patreon up to let's say $47.50, like we get it up to $47.50, you'll name your child Melinda. Can we get Liz in on this?
Melinda Plunkett Lawrence.
It went so well the last time for me. I mean, why wouldn't I agree to this?
Oh yeah, we got to talk to you about that.
You'll end up renaming your nephew Melinda instead.
Yes. Poor guy.
Well, can we at least crowdsource a name for the baby? I mean, it's going to be Melinda, right?
We have suggestions.
We have not settled on anything, so I'd love to hear any and all.
Okay.
All right, put them in the comments.
So, Steve, when you told me the news a while ago, and so I used to work with this guy, Mike, who whenever you would tell him your birthday, he would always try to figure out what your F day was. So you know what I mean?
He was a sick man. Mike was.
He was, but he would try to figure out what was going on when your parents effed and had you
9 months prior.
Birthday. So Steve, what I did is I went back 9 months from. You said the baby's due in June, so
yes.
mid-June or so.
Mid-June, exactly. Yeah.
So I went back 9 months for that. That's mid-September, and I looked at what would have possibly made you so virile. What would have made you so I don't know how did the baby get conceived? And so I went through all my videos. Nick, I think you should go through your videos too.
Sure. Yeah.
Just to see what was going on. And so Steve, this is what. Tell me, maybe I'm way off, but let me. Where is it? I have the video here of.
Which creepy PSA was it that made you think the future needed more Steve material?
Hold on. So wait. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Okay, so this is the September 13th episode. So tell me, Steve, what it was that inspired you. Remember E.T. Rock?
Yeah, classic.
Do you think that generated the sperm in your testicles to really produce?
I think it's happening again right now.
Man, I'm glad we're not in the office.
Gunslinger now means it's a man who continuously masturbates. You heard it from me, Dan Poet Man, a man, gunslinger today, a man who masturbates all the time.
So maybe you didn't want to be a gunslinger. Maybe
I didn't want to be a
songer.
Yeah, it's strong.
Okay,
those are good.
Then we got an episode of Talking Squirrels. Well, the only episode of Talking Squirrels.
A squirrel, male squirrel, after mating, can use a non-seminal liquid to plug the female's vagina, therefore eliminating any chance of any competing sperm.
Did that get you?
So the use of competing?
It's very informative. It's certainly.
It got the juices flowing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Also on this episode, we had Rem Lazar on, Jack Mulcahy, and we watched one of his industrial videos. And I think this is the one that did it. I think this is the one that really got Steve excited to have a kid.
Hey there. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Basically, there are two things I love in life more than anything. I love my family, and I love food. Of course, I love my family more than food. Don't worry, honey. I realized pretty quickly how easy it is to test my blood glucose. And it never keeps me waiting. Gives me accurate results in 5 seconds. You hear that, kiddo? 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Huh? A child.
See? You think this is it?
It is very
like
inspiring.
that.
I'm like, I could have a family just like Jack's industrial video.
His family, yeah.
I got a diabetic family as well.
These meals for the world. Remember, the one-touch altitude never gets in the way of living.
Is Jack in the chat? Sometimes he is. I'd like to get his take on this.
Yeah. So I think that's what was responsible for Steve having the child.
Joe, I think this is it. This is a clip I played, and I think I don't know. I think this might have gotten him a little bit randy, a little bit virile.
Okay.
There's a news story about the queen.
Well, there's going to be a new queen, Queen Lawrence.
All around the world. But back here at home, we've been waiting a long time for this. Haven't waited the start of football season.
Yeah, so it's just a quick clip of the Queen's death into football season on the third hour of the Today Show. So I don't know.
That probably got Steve's juices flowing. So I don't know. I'd like to think that it's because of us that he has a kid.
Well, the main thing, Steve, and congratulations from the VCR party family, but the main thing is this is going to give us at least 6 weeks of content.
Well, that's what I told Liz. I'm like, Liz, we're desperate for content. Is there anything we can do? And so was thinking about that back in September, and here we are, guys. I did my part.
She just wants to help. Yeah, that's great.
She was like, for VCR party, anything.
I spent the day digitizing, so like I already have a stockpile, and I can't wait to dive in because these are brutal videos too. Like these the childbirth videos.
Tapes.
Well, they're violent, they're brutal, they're hilarious. So lots of great content up until mid-June, and then it'll probably drop off.
I'm sorry, everyone. I apologize in advance for Joe.
Well, it's hard to move on. I mean, we're going to revisit this, obviously, but
yeah, I have a video coming up in Raviolis that's going to address.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to
Let's
help
take
Steve.
a quick break and get into our favorite production company that makes special interest tapes, Scimitar. We're kind of running low on Scimitar tapes. We might have to like restock the well or something. But
really,
I don't know. I mean,
I thought there's plenty.
Yeah, I don't know. This one is called America's Dumbest Crooks, and it's DUMMEST, and it's a exploitative video when you kind of start feeling bad for the crooks a little bit. Catch a predator occasionally. You're like, well, come on. I mean, I don't know, but this is they just lay it on real thick with the shaming. So this smug host hosts this very tongue-in-cheek video called America's Dumbest Crooks by our friends at Scimitar. Yeah, they spelled dumbest.
Hi, my name's Dan Dalton, and I'm the writer-producer of this silly, silly show. Dumb Crooks. Kind of redundant, isn't it? Our first dumb crook today is the guy that broke into the store okay.
He got straight A's.
Right. Yeah.
He got straight A's, right?
Yeah.
He's super smart.
Economically advantaged, didn't need to rob anything.
Yeah. Now he's working for Scimitar.
Yep.
But getting out was where he had a problem. You see, he was trying to kick out a window that was bulletproof.
The charisma of this host is.
I think about the sound effect.
Did you add these, Nick? Or
No.
is that, okay.
That's America's Dumbest Crooks that added those. And then this one, they're trying to do kind of a funny mashup, but it's just not very well done. So here's their take on this footage.
A woman from one of the banks recognized Thompson's body odor, which eventually led to his arrest. He should have used Old Spice.
Your dream is sea breezes off.
What?
Is this a commercial for Old Spice that they're doing now?
They're cutting the footage of the being arrested with an Old Spice commercial.
Oh, okay.
Because-
Didn't they spell burglars wrong there?
Yes, they did.
So they're dumb too. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Your dream is sea breezes off Cape Cod. But it's sweat, not dreams, that's going to get you there. And you need a deodorant you can depend on. Old Spice deodorant actually helps stop odor before it starts.
Well, folks, the old clock on the wall tells us we got to roll along. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. I love looking at this stuff. And for all you dumb crooks out there in prison watching this show, thank you very much, because we wouldn't have a show without you. And please, keep those videos coming in.
So that's...
Oh, he sucks.
Trail sucks. Just got a trail. So please keep those videos coming along. Thank you.
That's Baby Rapper's Dan Dalton, right? Did you mention that?
Do you think this is Dan Dalton from Vader?
He said at the beginning that I'm Dan Dalton.
Yeah, he was the host. Do you think this is the same Dan Dalton?
I think there's only so many Dan Daltons working in crappy VHS.
I see Dan Dalton's name all over Scimitar stuff, though. I just saw one the other day with like Dan Dalton on it. So this is Dan Dalton?
This is him, yeah.
Yeah. Because I think he was also in something dressed as like a cowboy doing a sing-along. And I can see him in the get-up. I can imagine him with the hat right now. But
so this is the mastermind behind Baby Rapper.
Yes, but it also turns out that Baby Rapper, most of it was taken from another tape he did called The Beatles Sing-Along. So even Baby Rapper was reused footage from another. It's a big thing. We're learning a lot today.
I think this is a bigger announcement than Steve's baby on the web.
sorry to overshadow you with Dan Dalton.
Dan Dalton Lawrence. We have a name.
Just break the news to Liz, I guess. Hey, Han, we're overshadowed.
Coming in.
What? I couldn't hear you.
One good thing about being down. The only
Written, produced, narrated.
Yeah. So that's Dalton. Wow. The Scalza boys. The Scalza boys.
Scalza brothers. Yeah. This week at Scimitar. Yeah. Good stuff.
I like that one. I really like that one. Hey, what are people saying in the chats, Steve? Are they anything? Are they saying congratulations?
There's a lot of congratulations and a lot of good ideas for some names. But people in general were excited for us to be back live after being pre-taped. Need Straws Beware merch. Somebody had that idea, which I agree.
Oh, yeah. From Nick Sips, right? Yeah.
Yep. And there were love for Saturday. Can read my. Is that Pee-wee's Playhouse behind you, Nick? They want to know what's the new bread.
Oh, yeah, that's a bedspread I found. A mint condition Pee-wee's Playhouse bedspread, yeah.
Joe Belevin was looking and wanted to make sure we got that answered. But yeah.
Okay.
What'd you do with your old elf one? Did you burn it out back?
It's in the wash. No.
Okay.
It's in the wash, but there's some complaints about the scratchiness of it. So
of the elf.
Yeah, I've had a VHS bedspread for about a year now because it's the scratchiness. The underside of it just kind of tends to wear thin on these old comforters that are made of plastic. And
I mean, and think of all the bed bugs that have gone through there too. I mean, like
sure
that have called that comforter home.
The bed bugs were the ones who were complaining.
Oh,
it's like the Alf episode La Cucaracha.
You can all relate to that.
Little one for
the
Rondas out there. Let's get into This Week in Flying Windows, the trope we love to showcase. Okay, Mike B sent this one in. It was a show called Hey Vern, It's Ernest. This was Jim Varney's short-lived syndicated TV program. that I think it might be pointed out very Beekman-esque, very Beekman's World-esque. A lot of springs and things like that. So you can tell even in the intro.
Oh yeah. Hey Vern, today's your lucky day. We knew you wouldn't want to oversleep, Vern. We only do it once a week, Vern. Me and all the other guys, Vern.
Look at the border on that flying window.
The other guys, Vern. We even brought the pies, Vern. It's your Ernest War with a story and a moral and a big chuckle, hip trip, double dip, super supreme show. You know what I mean? Yo! Hey Vern! Hey Vern! Hey Vern, it's me. I'm on TV.
Get to hear Ernest sing at the end there.
I feel like they were trying to rip off Pee-wee's Playhouse. I mean, that was just like a full on. Like that was basically the same song.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, uncredited. Cyndi Lauper wrote that song for.
Are you serious?
Pee-wee's Playhouse. Yeah, that's her singing it. Yeah, not the Ernest.
Hey Vern.
Yeah.
Did you and your sister watch the Hey Vern, It's Ernest show?
I don't remember watching that one, but I was an Ernest fan. But mostly from Ernest Goes to Camp.
Yeah,
I love that show. And weirdly, I went to a guy I knew in college was on that show. He was My Father the Clown. He was the son who was like the nerd, the non-clown.
You're just telling us this now, George? We've known you for how long, and you're just telling us this today?
I got so much insider on Ernest P. Worrell info.
Do you think George's news just usurped Steve's baby news too, or did that?
Vern Lawrence.
Wow.
Hey, Vern Lawrence.
A bombshell episode. There's so much.
Month and a half of name suggestions, Steve. Get used to it.
Can't wait.
Is there a front runner right now for the kid's name, Steve?
Probably Dalton.
The last name of Dan Dalton. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
It. Okay, yeah, that's good.
All right.
All right, let's get into some raviolis.
Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us 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 your raviolis.
Okay, I have a couple fun ones that I'm excited about. You want me to start off? Okay, so there's this one that I've been sitting on for a long time, and I just couldn't find a corner for it. I thought about tedium because it's a little bit tedious. But I'm going to try out a new corner here. I didn't make a graphic for it because I didn't have time today. But I'm going to call it This Week in Unusually Specific. Nick, we have a lot of videos on the shelf that are unusually specific. How to make machine-made marbles, how to spot counterfeit Beanie Babies. This is one of them. And I don't know how to, you know how I always quiz you guys before I do a corner? What about naming something specific and seeing if that's in this specific video? Nick, you go first.
Okay, naming something specific.
Yep.
I'll say a pear, the fruit, a pear, being thrown into the air and shot like a skeet.
Okay, George.
Same thing, but an au pair.
Steve.
I'm going to go with how to make your own breath mints.
Wow, good. Everybody good. Everybody's 100% wrong, but here we go. This week, and unusually specific.
I saw this on the shelf. I saw this video. I digitized this one too. you got beat me to it.
Oh, we got this double digitized now. Okay. Painting animals on rocks.
Hi, I'm Lynn Welford, and since 1978, I've been turning ordinary rocks into unique works of art. It is so much fun to take something as ordinary and humble as a rock and turn it into a unique little animal that seems to be looking...
She realizes it now during the intro.
1978, dear God.
What have I done?
A unique little animal that seems to be looking right back at you. In fact, it was so much fun, I decided to share my techniques by writing this book, The Art of Painting Animals on Rocks.
I want that book.
And I would encourage you, as you master these projects, to go ahead and try some of the other projects from my books. But most of all, keep rocking.
Could that be good for the ending of the show for now on? Most of all, keep rocking. Yeah. All right. So here are some of her other books that she did. Art of Painting. That's the one we just watched.
What about the art of painting rocks on animals? I'd like to see. That could be. They're hard. It's harder because they're moving.
Painting more animals on rocks. Painting flowers on rocks.
Oh, unorthodox.
Painting pets on rocks.
Okay.
Not like animals.
I do that.
And it has cottages and towns on rocks. We got to get that one.
Yeah.
George, can you track her down and see if we can pay her to make another video about painting maybe human organs, painting human organs on rocks?
To paint Steve on Steve's wife's growing abdomen.
Okay, yeah. Talk to her about that.
That's very specific.
What about painting the rock on rocks? I mean, it's endless, really.
Yeah. Or the movie The Rock.
Sure,
on rocks.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
See if she takes commissions, but most of all, I want those books for my coffee table.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's I got two timely tie-ins here. Friday is Cinco de Mayo, and I earmarked this video. It's called A Guide to Entertaining. I played one for the Super Bowl. This woman named, I believe, Beverly Sassoon, and she had about how to throw like a Mexican-themed party. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the tips. So here's how to throw a Cinco de Mayo party.
Blind window.
Mm-hmm.
Southern Comfort presents A Guide to Entertaining.
What is Southern Comfort, by the way? Is it like a flavored whiskey? I've never had it.
It's a spiced whiskey, spiced rum, Steve?
No, I think it's whiskey. I definitely think it's an American whiskey.
No, but I think it's one of those
sugary?
Yeah, I think it's one of those sweet ones.
Okay.
And the only reason I think that is because everybody in high school drank it. And nobody drank straight up whiskey in high school. It's always sweet.
Yeah. I drank it in high school and got so sick off of it I could not touch it for I don't even know if I've had it since then. But
yeah,
even
it's
the smell
hangover
of it was
juice.
Just
yeah.
All right. So they're sponsoring this. There might be a bias to some of the recipes.
With your host, Beverly Sassoon.
Oh, did we have a long discussion?
Yeah, we did.
Sassoon versus Sassoon, or
yeah,
we don't have to restart that. Yeah,
talked about Midel Sassoon, and
yeah, we don't have to reignite that Sassoon flame.
It doesn't take a lot of money to throw a great party, but it does take some imagination and preparation, and we're going to show you how to do both in this video.
It's good.
You like it, Beverly?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite recipes.
Eric Ryan character.
I'd love to learn how to make it.
Well, let's go.
Oh, really?
God, it's like being in time.
Great job.
Teleportation will be perfected without the sound effect, ultimately. But until then, it's got to make the point.
Was that the same sound effect that the America's Dumbest Crook was when he ran into the bulletproof glass?
That's what I was going to say, Nick. I think that you're 2 for 2 on clips with sound effects.
Yeah, you add them to your videos. I just find videos with them in it already. So yeah, here's the teleporting.
Hey, Beverly?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite recipes.
Really, I'd love to learn how to make it.
Well, let's go.
Oh, really?
God, it's
I
like
want
being
that
in
sound
time
effect.
warp.
Gauga.
That was incredible. I like traveling like that.
The ingredients for the Southern Madras are Southern Comfort, orange juice, and cranberry juice.
And
Another
pure
drink
sugar.
that's perfect for a fiesta is Comfort Sangria. The ingredients are Southern Comfort, cognac,
Comfort Sangria,
red wine, 7-Up, and your favorite
and
sparkling
vomit.
water. Do you have any room for dessert? Randy baked a country-style peach cobbler that's made with fresh, sweet peaches, sugar,
What
and
else?
spice, Southern Comfort, and homemade pastry crust.
Right on schedule.
Just simply split the bananas down the middle and fill with orange marmalade, brown sugar, and a little Southern Comfort. Let your guests know when the food is being served by having someone ring a triangle. Any music store will have one.
Any music store.
We
will
served
have
our
one.
chili and pie tins from an old chuck wagon.
Are the triangles made out of Southern Comfort?
Yes, they are, yeah.
Okay.
You fill them with Southern Comfort.
Old chuck wagon. This gives everything a funky down-home feeling.
So yeah, they serve the chili in an old chuck wagon that they get from a prop store. So work on that for Friday.
Any music store will have one. We served our chili and pie tins from an old chuck wagon. This gives everything a funky down-home feeling.
You just go
Let's
down
not
and get
forget
those
the
at Kmart, right?
entertainment. Music
Yeah,
is a must. If you have a big budget, you can hire mariachis or a band like Ruben y su Portofino. If your budget is small, just the addition of a fiddle player
Just
and a square
Ruben.
dance caller can bring everyone together for a great time. If your budget is tiny, then tape the appropriate music for the event and play it all day from your stereo. Use your imagination. Any little thing that you add to the party will show your guests that you really care about them. Everyone was pretty excited when we started to take turns whacking the piñata. I wonder if that's because they knew we stuffed it with lottery tickets. Well, one thing's for sure, the party was a winner, and yours will be too.
They're all scratching.
Yeah.
They're all like scratching it off.
Beverly, I want $1. So that's Beverly Sassoon with the Guide to Entertaining for Cinco de Mayo. I hope to hire the entire mariachi band this Friday.
I mean, it was. Oh, go ahead.
I just have some sad news that Lynn Welford left her mortal form, according to her obituary, last May.
Is she
How to
is she
Paint
a
on
celebrity?
Rocks lady?
No, she was the rock painting.
Oh, okay.
Rock painting lady.
Was-
So
was
yes, the answer is yes.
Was the host of the? Oh, so we can't. What you're saying is that we can't. That'll never get made. We'll never learn how to paint human organs on rocks.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay,
that was what I meant to say.
What it was the host of the Cinco de Mayo one? Was that was she
Beverly
a celebrity?
Sassoon?
Yeah.
I mean, probably in her own world, I'm sure.
I believe Beverly Sassoon has passed as well. I think someone said that in the comments.
Oh boy.
It's
Wow.
a lot of bad news today, guys.
Well, circle of life. We got new births. And
Exactly. That's what the show's all
deaths.
about.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
if any, we have a lot of talented viewers out there. If you would want to paint the movie The Rock or the wrestler The Rock on rocks and send them to us, we'll show them off on the show because we got nothing better to do, honestly.
Yeah, just send it. Yeah, just send some rocks in the mail to us, and we'll show them to you.
Please,
to everybody.
I want to see
yeah.
people's handiwork or any other ideas you come up with. We want to see them on rocks.
Actually, have them send us the rocks, and then we'll paint them. How about that?
Sure.
That way
Where
that-
else are we going to find rocks? Yeah, that's the hard part. I'd like to see the cast of VCR Party and Saturday Morning Cartoon on rocks. You know, it'd be kind of fun. A little folk art for the.
I thought that actually looked like a fun thing to do. Is to like if you're like I don't know, don't have a lot going on. Yeah.
Sure.
All right, I got Steve. Are you guys doing the Lamaze class? Have you been doing that? Is that a thing still?
We've done classes. We've not done a Lamaze class yet. So
Okay. Are you gonna do that? Is
you
that
know
like
what? I'll have to check in with the wife. Just every once in a while, the class is on my calendar, and when I show up, I find out what it's about.
I just always feel like Lamaze classes is more like a 90s like sitcom trope. Like I feel like, Family Ties or like the Cosby Show, they'd always like go down.
Yeah.
They'd have the Lamaze class episode.
Suzanne Summers and Step by Step. And,
Exactly.
Patrick Duffy. Honey, you breathe in and
So like, but I
I
don't
know
know if
what
that's even.
to do, Frank. She'd go in that voice.
I was hoping he'd do that voice.
Picturing it in my head now.
But I don't know if people still do that. Like, I don't know if that was just a sitcom trope. That's the only way that I know about Lamaze classes is through sitcom. So
I think it is because now I'm thinking about it. So we did like a baby CPR, and then we did like the same woman, the nurse, came another night and basically walked us through what to expect that day and to come up with a birth plan and all these different things. But she mentioned, basically I've just got to be there for my wife, and my wife tells me to get away, I got to get away, things like that. But like that was it. There wasn't really a breathing plan to it. But she
okay,
mentioned,
there's no breathing
pain and
stuff
things.
because that's what these are all about. Is really the breathing stuff. That's what made it ripe for comedy for sitcoms too.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case anymore, but I could be wrong.
All right. Well, you want to call Liz in to watch this video?
She's watching live on her laptop in the
She's- yeah,
bedroom.
exactly.
I think.
Okay,
That's
all right.
exactly what's happening.
Okay. Here's a Lamaze class video from I don't know, it's the 80s, sometime in the 80s.
Steve and Liz.
Yeah, they get artistic. It's like
That's what your bed is like, right?
Just like that. Yeah.
the big empty studio.
Both of you should do this. Start with your face. Grimace and hold it tight. Raise your shoulders
Are
toward
they
your
addressing
ears and
Grimace at
hold
that
them
point?
there tightly. Release the tension in your abdominal muscles. Let your abdomen fall loose. Breathe easily and slowly. Let the air flow in and out without resistance.
Of your mustache.
Use an external focal point. Pick a spot on the wall or an object around you, or use a picture and stare at
Or
it.
your Plunkett ornament.
Continue breathing slow and deep.
Sorry, I ruined
You
I ruined
ruined
the
the joke.
I ruined it. Damn it.
Around you or use a
Gotta have
picture and
meetings.
stare at it. Continue breathing slow and deep while you concentrate totally on the focal point. The contraction has peaked. Stare at your focal point and take slow, deep breaths.
Sometimes when I haven't seen it in a while, I forget how much I do look like a thumb in that photo.
I think
that's pretty amazing.
I think that's the most astute observation I've ever had on this show, is that you look like a thumb in that, and you do.
It really does.
You know, I never saw it till right now. I really didn't, but now I really do. Somehow, Steve, you saying that made me realize it does look like your face is painted
An
onto a
entire
thumb.
2-year lockdown of calling Steve a thumb, and only now you're seeing it.
I just gang up on people.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Steve, you're not watching. Okay.
Imagine now that you also have a leg cramp. Coach, pull the leg up toward the ceiling and flex her foot up toward her knee.
And by the way, God damn it, like I could never give. Like, look what they have to do. They have to have a baby in there, and they have to like be a fucking like I don't know, contortionist, and like bend themselves like a pretzel the entire time. Yeah. All right, Steve, you got the easy job.
Steady, firm pressure, and hold it to relieve the cramp.
I like this shot. All right, observe silence.
Keep breathing this way during your contraction. Concentrate on your external focal point during this contraction. Stare at the focal point and concentrate.
You remember that, Steve?
Yes,
Remember that
I
focal
do.
point?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. When
From,
we were at
Disney World.
Disney World. Yeah. And I was
No,
taking
thank
pictures
you.
of you from.
That's what I'm going to tell Liz to focus on. I have that photo with me.
You're talking about the most magical place on earth? That's where that was taken?
Keep that photo in a lanyard.
Well, he was in the bathroom a lot, and so
Yeah.
I would follow him in there, and I would take photos of
All right.
him.
Well, we've
of
been
his-
looking for new ways to work Plunkets back into the show, and I think focal points might be the new. Going to need a lot of different focal points for that footage for the next 6 weeks.
Definitely.
All right, here's something we don't play very often: movies. And May the 4th, which is Thursday, has become the unofficial Star Wars holiday. May the 4th be with you, etc. And when I was putting together Kim's video, the helping reconstitute this legendary video store here in New York, there was a whole series of movies from Turkey where they took famous intellectual properties, famous movies from America, and they just kind of remade them on lower budgets in Turkey for Turkish audiences. So there's one called 3 Dev Adam that was basically the Avengers before we had the Avengers here. There was a Turkish ET and Turkish Star Wars. And in Star Wars there's always a training montage. Luke's learning to lift rocks and Dagobah and things like that. Well, this is that version. This is their Luke Skywalker getting in shape. And we will definitely be flagged for music here. Later viewers will have to have watched an ad, but I think it's worth it. So not Star Wars John Williams. This is different John Williams. Remember when Luke did this?
Is this supposed to be the Luke Skywalker?
Yeah. So the hero has to, train to become a Jedi Master. So running with, rocks strapped to his legs.
Unpainted rocks, I should point out.
Boring.
Yeah. There could have been pets on here.
Cottages.
Different animals.
The Rock.
But now, the ankle weights are off. And now we're getting... Look at... kicking rocks into mountains. They're exploding. That's just a few highlights from Turkish Star Wars, which seek out. Go rent it at Kim's video.
Do they just call it Turkish Star Wars and it has nothing to do with the original Star Wars, or do they they follow the plot a little bit?
They actually reuse footage from like the Millennium Falcon and stuff, and then insert their own. But all the space battles and stuff are basically just lifted directly from bootleg.
Well, that's legal.
The whole thing was all on the up and up, using that Superman new theme for that, and it was all on the up and up. But yeah, I mean, you do what you can with the resources you got.
I wonder how they got that footage from Star Wars, though. Do you think they snuck into a movie theater and like filmed it, and then
it appears to be, or like from like bootleg VHS releases, maybe, or something. Yeah, because it's like you can tell the aspects a little off, but yeah, all of those are worth watching just for the curiosity.
I think we have Turkish Wizard of Oz here on the shelf. A Turkish Spider-Man, I know we have that too.
Yeah, Turkish Spider-Man. Yeah, they did. There were our VHS versions out there.
Yeah.
All right, I believe that's our raviolis, right?
That's it for raviolis. Yeah. Let's move on to. I want to do. So we're going to skip cyber videos because we've got a lot of nice things coming up. But I do want to do. I'm allotted one Daniel Songer every 4 weeks, and it's the first Tuesday of the month. So I'm going to do this. This is Daniel Songer. He is a YouTube comedian. He has over 200 comedy bits. We spent a day watching a bunch of them. We are aficionados, but even more than us, Tim Herod is who's the Bastard Tapes curator and host. He knows Daniel Songer inside and out. So he put together 2 baffling non-jokes from Daniel Songer. And here's how that goes. Yeah, we're getting doubled up here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you call a mobile hotspot? That's a girl with a bumper sticker. If you can beat me, you can eat me. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, you know what?
So I think that was the first one.
I don't know what he's talking about.
It's a baffling non-joke.
Yeah, but he said, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, right. Yeah. No
idea.
Also, what is he wearing? Is it like a... I mean, I see the Speedos, the USA shirt, but what's on the head? Like, is that a
bike helmet?
But he has like pigtails on the side.
Oh yeah.
Was it one of those?
Was it Willie Nelson?
No, is it one of those Jamaican?
Oh no, I hope.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, jeepers.
Yeah, that's probably that. All right, here's baffling joke number 2.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you, I have been here 51, almost 52 years here on this planet, guys, and I have met some people with some personalities, man. I'm telling you, it's okay if you have one personality, it's okay. But if you have multi-personalities, you wonder which one needs help. Oh my God, who are you today, buddy? You know how it is.
You know how it is. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. You guys know how it is.
We've all been there. Yeah.
He continues to surprise me. I got to say, we've been doing this for 7 years, this Daniel Songer thing, and he still continues to surprise me.
When do we have to do the next one? Is it the summer? Is that when we did the last one?
Yeah. Okay. This summer we should do it. We got to do the
on the nicest day of the year, right? Yeah.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That day.
Okay.
Steve's on paternity leave. Can't make it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, Steve, we don't do paternity leave here at VCR Party. So
Songer Lawrence.
Nope. That's the only name that I'm so far.
Songer.
Everything else is a possibility, but that one.
That could be a beautiful name, Songer. This is my little daughter, Songer.
You know what it's like, Dad?
Please do it. Please do it. All right.
I want my Wawa. I could see either of them saying.
All right. What do we want to get into? I have to do an apology corner coming up here. We have nice things. What do you want to do next? Do you want to get this apology corner out of the way?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, it's a good use of everyone's time.
Here we go. Here's in my head that Fred was dead.
Apologies.
In my head that Fred was dead.
Apologies.
No. He's alive and well and still producing videos.
Apology corner.
He directed Gremlins 2, the new batch, but not the first one.
Okay, so this is here's the thing on VCR Party, we talk a lot, and we are journalists, and if we make a mistake, we should be held accountable.
Right, we're
and
journalists.
And the way that we do that is
by the premise, you buy the bid. Yep. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
The way that we do that is we apologize for these things, and if we make a mistake at something, then we apologize because that's the professional thing to do. We're journalists. So I'm bringing this up because last Sunday, me, Nick, Steve, McKenna, and McKenna's husband went to see George perform, his Overlord band perform in the East Village. It was a very good show. And I showed up like right as the music started, like right as they hit the first note, I walked into the door, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe my eyes because Steve and Nick were both sitting right up front, like right in front of George. Right in front of right in their sight line, right in his sight line, distracting. First of all, like rule like number one, if you go to a friend's show, you don't sit up front because it's distracting because they're going to be looking at you the whole time to see if you approve, to see if you're like dancing or nodding your head, or if you like you're getting into the song, or if you laugh at the joke. So you don't do that. Second of all, well, let's just take a look at the video here. This is George performing, and then I pan over to Steve. Just kind of.
No, look at
kind of.
I'm dancing.
You're like twitching.
Yeah, I'm going like this. That's how I dance.
You're chewing gum too, like, and you're having a bev and you're chewing gum.
I'm not chewing gum. I think I'm chewing on some ice.
And you can't see, but I'm Irish step dancing, which the more you keep your upper body straight.
I can confirm that. That was distracting.
So
I would
look at Steve. He's stone faced. He's thinking about something else. He's off in La La Land. Nick is at least twitching. Nick is at least twitching a little bit. He's like kind of moving around.
Thank you very much. Thanks for acknowledging my twitching. Well, here's my thought. I would say under a normal circumstance, yeah, you don't want to be in somebody's sight line. One is I could tell by the lighting that George couldn't see a thing from the stage. It was pitch black, and when the lights are right in your face, we know this from being on stage, you can't see jack shit. The other thing is, when I got there, Steve and I were early actually. There was nobody in the front. Everybody was just sitting on their hands, and I was like, let's liven this up. I thought the better friend thing to do would be to fill in the space. You know, like when there's people at a wedding and no one wants to be the first to go out on the dance floor. Let's be the first to go out there and get and look at work.
Did you do that?
Yes, we were the first there, and then other people came and stood next to us.
You like
wouldn't have known that because you showed up late.
You're standing
By the way,
behind
that
Steve.
is because we're a journalistic show. We should issue that correction. Joe said that he came on just in time. He was actually late.
Yes.
Joe was late for the show.
How do you know that?
Because I was looking.
The doorman was.
Oh, you weren't watching the show. You were looking to see if I was coming in. You weren't watching the show.
No,
so you weren't paying attention.
We when George started, I looked during the song to see if you had started yet, if you had come in yet, and you had not.
Started yet.
Yeah, if you had come in yet when George started, and you had not. So you were late.
So you weren't paying attention to the opening chords of George's music.
I feel like I should apologize.
Were you paying attention while panning to us, or I can't tell, or were you trying to have
No, I was like
to have us apologize for?
No, it's like, oh, this would be good content for VCR Party. This would be fun. Like, and I pan over, I'm just like, oh, and I kind of gasped.
I was just
you guys just
focused on George at that point. Sorry.
Well, one thing you're wrong about, this wasn't good content for VCR Party.
Next week's apology.
Also,
by the way, is McKenna married? I don't think she's. Is that her husband?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't need him as.
You want to issue an apology for that question?
No, I was asking the question. Why is that apology?
Just asking questions.
Yeah, just asking questions, dude.
All right. Okay. So what I'm asking is that Nick and Steve issue an apology to George, and then George issues a thank you to me for going to bat for him. So that's all I'm asking.
It was very nice to see them. I could see them, and it was very nice and reassuring. And I thought, I hope Joe didn't get in like a huge accident or something. But then I looked and I saw you filming Nick and Steve, and I'm like, he's got his eyes on the prize. He's generating content for VCR Party. Yeah, there's only one guy in a big red hoodie at any show, and it's you.
Okay.
If anybody out in the audience does not think that we spent 20 minutes after the show, at least minimum, arguing about whether Joe was late and whether or not we were nodding our heads, then
And it actually got a little bit heated too.
And this is
nonstop.
I don't even remember if George performed or not, or if it was good or not. I just was paying attention.
I don't either. I was just bailing you guys out at the end after the brawl at the Italian ice stand.
George's band was excellent, and go see them if they ever play again in town.
And listen to Overlord on Spotify. Yes.
New album's coming out, right, George? Two new albums?
Yes, ultimately. We'll see what year they actually appear.
Let's get into some nice things while lighten the mood here a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. That got heated there. That was
some friendships were lost. Okay, well, a lot of people brought us stuff on tour. Joe, do you want to start, or should I start with this?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Start.
Well, one thing is we found out about one of the videos that we love is California Big Hunks. We talked about a recent episode about how the soundtrack was incredible. And look at this. There is a reissued album.
That's on vinyl?
This is on vinyl. Richard Plasko. This is the soundtrack issued in 2020 of California Big Hunks. So we've talked about how it sounds like a cat fell on the keyboard. No, this is very intentional music that was made for California Big Hunks, and now I've got it on vinyl. So excited about that.
Wow, somebody brought that to us?
No, I ordered this off of
you ordered that.
Discogs, but yeah, I wanted to start there. Wayne, she ran the merch for us in Brooklyn at the our show for Chop and Steel, and she gave us a nice care package, including this DVD. This is a very serious looking man who's a medical doctor. This is a gift for, there's stuff in here for everybody. This is for George. This is a golden book of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
Awesome.
So that's pretty cool. That's for Saturday. Joe, this is yours, World's Greatest Grandpa, but maybe we should, maybe this is Steve's now. I don't know.
He's not a grandpa, though.
I'll be the dad. Joe can be the grandpa.
Essentially.
I'll be the grandpa. Yeah, let me be the grandpa. Hey,
all right.
Can I ask Steve a question? I just thought of a question about being a dad now. Steve, no offense or anything, but you're going to be an old dad, right?
Yes.
I mean, like you're not like in your 20s anymore.
I am not.
You're up there. Do you have any plans of maybe curbing your drink, or maybe quitting drinking and like getting fit, or any sort of no? Like maybe like lifting weights, because you lift up a baby, like they're heavy.
I think that's going to be my weight. Is you get dad strength, right?
Okay,
that's what I'm telling myself at least.
Yeah, that's superhuman strength where you can lift a car. Nope, I think it's just Southern Comfort. You're sticking with that.
That's it. I go back to the basics.
Southern Comfort Peach Cobbler. This is a Chop and Steel. This Wayne made this. It's a little charm bracelet for Chop and Steel. This was I Heart Being Vegan mug that was gifted to us in Chicago, I believe.
I like that. Being vegan.
Yeah, but then this is girlfriend added this.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Being vegan man.
This
your girlfriend added that?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a table tent. I'm not sure what the functionality of this was, but Melmac graduate. And then a lot of found photos were given to us on the road too. Some really good stuff in here. So thanks for all the fun stuff on the road.
We got some for our bikes. We got Vegan 69 for bike license plates. You can have whatever you want. So Nick, you can put this on your bike, attach it to the back. Get your Vegan 69. I got pit wisps.
Not as stringent as the DMV, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Who gave us this? Somebody in Calgary gave us this, Nick. I think they gave it to you.
Yes. Specifically to give to Tim Herod, because there is a cover song on there of I Want to Hold Your Hand that they said is one of the weirdest TV tie-ins. Oh, Power of Love too.
Power of Love from Huey Lewis. Yeah. Here's the CD.
Sailor Moon version.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like techno versions of these songs.
Yeah. They're all techno versions. So they recommended that for another Tim Herod Bastard Tapes episode.
Okay. We got some Chop and Steel art here. Look at that. That's look at they made trading cards too. Joe and Nick trading cards.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
Steel trading cards. Yeah.
Nice.
Very talented. I don't have the name handy. I should be crediting this, but yeah, I can't. These are nice. Miranda Dressler made these nice patches. Be Kind Rewind patches. Gave them to us.
Wow.
Here's more Chop and Steel art. Look at this. That's pretty cool. Is it like
they're like paper dolls?
Paper dolls. Yeah. You cut them out and you can like.
And she said the artist very kindly gave us 2 copies of this and said that these are soon to be plushies as well.
Oh.
So they're going to make. So maybe we'll put those on the store or connect people to her store. That was fantastic.
We got some Pam caps.
Oh yeah, Christopher gave those. We showed those off, but these are the in person.
Yep, we got the Pam caps back. Oh, look at this. This was really thoughtful. This is in Chicago. Some dude gave me $100 in Camel Cash. Remember Camel Cash? You got
the Marlboro Miles ripoff
of Camel. Yeah.
And do you know what Newport? You know what Newport's was when they had their loyalty program?
No, what?
Pleasure points. Oh. Pleasure points.
Pleasure points. Okay, so when we were in Calgary, a woman came up and handed me this, and she goes, "I've got you something." I was like, "I think I probably know what it is," because usually whenever they give me something like this, it's usually teeth inside. Remember, I started that tooth collection for some. I don't even remember why I started that. But I still get
the tape boy.
Yeah. Oh, it's for tapey. That's right. I still get teeth in the mail all the time. I thought for sure it was going to be somebody her grandfather's teeth or something. No, it's even better. It's a framed photo of her colonoscopy, and so this is her colon like on a frame, and I thought that was a really nice.
Can I report this for going against YouTube standards? I mean, I might file a complaint now on that one.
Do you know how many like colonoscopy pictures we've shown on the show? Like this is just like number like 180.
But the fact that we know the person is a little, I don't know, maybe that's what makes the difference.
I think that's cooler. I think that's nicer. I'm gonna put it right back here.
Okay.
I think it looks nice right there.
Yeah.
All right, and then this one. This is the. Let me just show one more. We opened this up during the Foxy unboxing, and I had to show this. This is so good. Steve and George, do you remember what this is?
Of course, it's from the parade in Hollywood after Desert Storm.
Desert Storm Parade, yeah.
It's the Desert Storm Parade.
I think it was it's one of the sponsors, right?
It was, yeah. Brought to you by Combat Coolers, yeah. Yep. Capitalizing on a war to make a soda, and then Genesee 12 Horse Ale. Somebody in Schenectady gave us that. Remember the Genesee song? I think that was a toe tapping tournament song.
Yeah, for New York State Jingle Tournament. Yeah.
But this is so in Calgary. Nick, I think you know what this guy's name is. I forgot what it.
Well, it's King Spider Toys.
King Spider Toys. Yeah. Okay, so look at this. He made us a Chris from McSee action figure. Look at that. Look at what he's holding. He's holding a rag
to make it shine.
Yeah, so he can see McSee. And
now I sent this to McSee, Richard, and he's like, "Holy fucking shit, I need one." I love how much of a foul mouth he has.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. So I texted that to Sadat, and he goes, "I think if I get the parts, I'll send him one." So
really,
he said he would autograph it and everything. So
I feel like we should give this to.
Richard. Yeah, we'll give him ours, and we'll get a copy for ourselves.
Or whatever. Like if he can get if he can get his own, so
we can send that to Richard.
Yeah. So many nice things.
And I just have one last one. I don't know if everybody's familiar with this 15-second commercial from Madison, Wisconsin.
Jim's Coins in Hilldale.
Gold is up. Buying and selling. Top prices for gold, silver, coins, jewelry, and more. Honest, professional, and locally owned for 21 years. Cash in today at
Jim's Coins in Hilldale.
Madison.
So obviously we've had fun with remixes, and we knew we were going to be in Madison, and invited Jim, who by the way is not the guy in the beard; it's the guy on the right here.
Everybody always thinks it's that one.
Yeah. And so we invited Jim. Jim did a little special where if you came and sang the jingle or talked about or said, "Well, hello, Melinda," at his shop. Because we were actually playing in the same shopping complex. Our movie Chop and Steel was playing the Wisconsin Film Festival in Hilldale Mall. That's where Jim's Coins is. So said if people stopped by, and sang the jingle, he would give them a discount and buy gold for more. And I'm not sure who took advantage of that, but we did. We stopped over and we took our own picture trying to reenact a little bit of that hostage photo that they used in the commercial. And that's basically us in the same position. Kind of, you could see the red things over the right shoulder there. And they put, I think during COVID, they put this like shower curtain up, but that's the same.
Oh, the red things. I never noticed that. Yeah.
So that's us with Jim. And he showed us the prizes that he wants to award the winning remixer. And he showed us a 140-year-old coin that he wants to give to the winning remixed jingle for Jim's coins.
I mean, the fact that he's giving it away means it's probably worth like $10 or something. But whatever, it's 140 years old. I don't think it's too late. Like if you want to get a Jim's Coins in Hilldale remix into us, it's not too late. I think it'd actually be fun to show him some new ones because I think he's heard all of them at this point. He probably already has his decision made. But yeah, we'll be doing that this summer. Having Jim on, but send it in if you think you have a good song. Let me show. Go ahead.
I was just going to say we did ask Jim, like, is there a chance that you would actually air the remixed jingle video as on local TV in Madison to advertise because it could use an update, right? And he said he would consider it. He just has veto power. So, but I think like the ska jingle that I would tune in and go to Jim's Coins if that was on there.
That would be so good because that's like a 15-second jingle too.
Yeah. So anyway, consider that could actually be aired on TV in addition to winning a valuable coin.
I wanted to show this McKenna, aka Grubchild, who works here in the office part-time. She had a friend's birthday and or a friend of hers was having a birthday and is a big Rumlazar fan. And so we know Jack Mulcahy, and so I put her in touch, and she hired Jack to go to her friend's birthday party. And look at this magical moment.
Oh, what a guy!
He's such a cool dude. He showed up at the party, and I don't know which is the friend who loves Rumlazar, but you can just see they're like in total bliss there. The backdrop, is that a backdrop or is that
appears to be a framed Rumlazar piece of art?
It was like a Rumlazar themed birthday party, and then Rumlazar himself shows up at the birthday party. That's a magical moment right there. What's that? Oh, this is who was it that Mike? Is it Mike Drew brought this to Raleigh? He brought a wisp. He won one of the wisps. Remember when I pulled out my armpit hair wisps and I put them in a jar?
I pulled it out.
Yeah.
I don't remember you pulling out anything.
I just sat there and screamed. So we put it in jars and we sent it out to the winners, and Mike Drew won it, and he brought it and showed it to me in this little case that he had put it in. That wasn't a case that I had.
His child lost the first wisp, so
no, that was somebody else. That was somebody else.
Okay. All right.
Get your wisp straight.
Which wisp is which? Wow, it was so
they're
good.
Each numbered.
Wait,
you have one more thing?
I have one more nice thing to show, and that's Joby has made this Melindle thing that is absolutely
that's on our Discord.
Yeah, it's on our Discord. But Melindle.com, you can play all these on there. I don't think you need to be a member of the Discord. You should be a member of the Discord.
But,
you should be a member of the Discord. But so you can play this. I think it's 6 letters, and he said that most people, like non-Melindas, won't really get it because there's words like bunion, where bunion is spelled like bunion surgery.
Like an onion.
Yeah. But I think there's like rewards if you get it right. You get like a video reward or something. I didn't totally know what he was talking about in the email.
People on the Discord are posting their scores, and you know how like when you play Wordle, it'll it's like gray, yellow, and green boxes.
Mm-hmm.
They have different little icons, I think, that change out depending on the theme of the puzzle. So the puzzles are like themed after certain things, and the scores generate as different thematic emojis.
I think he said on the weekends, on Saturday and Sunday, it's Saturday based stuff. So it's all Saturday words. So
incredible.
Wow, we have the best Melindas of all the Melindas in the world.
We do.
Thank you, Joby.
It was great being out on the road and seeing everybody, and we'll be back out on the road. We'll talk more about where we're going to be in the coming weeks, but that's nice things for now.
Steve, what are people saying? What you getting a sense of anything good, anything funny, anything insightful?
Wispy Lawrence is one of the names that got thrown out there. People like thought that Jack's an absolute badass goat for doing that at the party.
Oh, that Jack, Jack Mulcahy
Yes.
on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a lot of positive stuff so far in the
Jack came to my birthday party too. That was like he just showed up, and then it was a thing where you exchange different crappy items and stuff. And he one of the items he brought was a signed copy of the Brothers McMullen on VHS. Jack is in that, and I think another one was his album on cassette because he was in a band. So
I've never heard that album. We got to get that album. I want to hear that thing.
You couldn't see it from Joe's video, but I was wearing my Rem Lazar hat to the Overlord concert, so I was also giving
thematic
energy that way.
It looked good.
Well, so for those who came to see us on the Chop and Steel theatrical tour, we're playing, the movie's playing in Portland, May 8th through the 11th. So I will say the movie's coming out video on demand next week as well, so you can buy it. But it was fun to watch it with a crowd because it is a comedy, right? It's a movie about our lawsuit, and it's, there are serious parts, but it's a funny movie. And so like any comedy, I think it plays better in a crowd. So we're hoping to do more theatrical runs this summer.
My favorite part, we did a show in Schenectady just a few days ago, and I saw a lot of the people that were actually in the movie because like that was our first show back after COVID, after the pandemic, and a lot of those people were interviewed in the movie, and I'd been watching them for the last 2 weeks, watching Chop and Steel, and then I got to see them live at the theater. So so there's Melinda's in this movie too. Also, it starts off with in association with the Melindas. It's like the production company, then it says in association with the Melindas. So,
and thank you for supporting that movie and A Life on the Farm as well.
And your royalty checks should be in the mail, and you should arrive. They should arrive any second now.
But if you are are in a small town, we're not going to come to a theater near you. You can pre-order it on demand. I just did it today. This is the Apple page. So if you're on Apple, you can see pre-ordered.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, this is on Apple. You can just type in Chop and Steel.
Trailers there and everything?
Yeah, or go to drafthousefilms.com and you can order it on any. Amazon has it as well. And May 9th, as soon as it's out, you can 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Check that out.
Oh, we had a great review too. Did you guys read the paste review? Like they understood the movie better than I did. Actually, whoever wrote that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I never thought about that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So anyway, just wanted to promote that. And then if you're in Portland, Oregon, or one of our favorite venues, the Hollywood Theater, go see it May 8th through the 11th. We're not going to be out on the coast doing that, but it'll be in the theater with all of our pals there.
Here's another movie. Here's another movie you should see is Driver 23. So that we resurrected this movie. This thing was left for dead. This is a great movie from like the early 2000s out of Minneapolis. It's a documentary. It was shot on High 8. There's actually two movies. There's The Atlas Moth and Driver 23, and I love both of them so much. And then I've become friends with the director. He has a 35 millimeter print. And I said, oh, let's get this thing out there. So I called around to different theaters. It's going to play in Minneapolis on May 10th on 35 millimeter. That and the Atlas Moth are going to be playing. That won't be on 35 millimeter. But go see that. That's May 9th. Rolf will be there in person doing the Q&A. I know some other Melindas are already going to that. In Philadelphia on May 8th. That won't be on 35 millimeter. But in Nighthawk in Brooklyn on May 23rd. That will be on 35 millimeter, and I'll be there to introduce that one. So, yes, go see this movie. I can't wait. I haven't seen it on the big screen before. This will be a first
I haven't
for me,
either.
So.
Yeah, I think that was one of those movies that came out like on September 11th. So obviously it
did.
It got buried, and
they released the DVD, and it didn't get any momentum after that. So thank God for us. Thank God for us.
We're doing great work, and
Yes.
I know a lot of viewers are VHS fans, and yes, Chop and Steel, A Life on the Farm will be released on VHS, but to tide you over until it happens in July, look what we just launched. We can talk about this, right, Joe?
Yeah. This is ready to go. This is up on the website. This is, I hope so. I hope it's good to go. We just put it up today. VHS of the Month Club. So we have a lot of videos and we have a lot of doubles. And so we're looking to get rid of our doubles, but our doubles are like good stuff. And we're like, we don't want to just put these back at the thrift store. We want to we want to make a few shekels off of them. So we started up the VHS of the Month Club. Now, we're not only going to put in VHS tapes, we're also going to put in other wonderful crap like photographs of strangers. We have Budweiser napkins. We have
Gary
pins. We have Gary pins. We have
heavy metal parking lot stickers.
We have so much crazy crap in this office that we're just going to stuff into boxes and send it off to you for $10 a month. I think it'd be a good gift to confuse somebody. So sign up for the VHS of the Month Club. You'll actually get like good stuff, actually, like good VHS tapes. We're not going to throw in like
we're hand curating these. That's what you're paying for, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. You're not going to get like a Jerry Maguire or like a Titanic or something.
A Buttercream Gang.
You're not getting, well, they might get a Buttercream Gang, but there's a chance. So that's $10 a month. That's a steal.
All right. We are also providing content in terms of Saturday morning cartoons. We're back. This week we're with one of our favorite guests, Roy Miles. He suggested we watch Pink Panther and Sons, which I had no recollection of, but 1984 cartoon where it was the Pink Panthers' two sons and their pal, the Rainbow Panthers. And it's going to be a fun one. So tune in for that this Saturday. And by the way, nice job on Saturday, George and Caitlin and Laura and Steve last week as well. Thanks for pitching in while we were on the road.
It was a lot of fun. It was. We're very glad you're back, though.
If you guys want to do that all the time, I'd be fine with that. If you guys just want to do that every single week,
it's
yeah.
We need your.
You need me?
Comedy chops.
Sure.
Yeah, we need both of you.
Still don't know what I contribute to that show, but. Yeah, I'll show up if you need me there. EP mode this Thursday. Are we going to watch Steve's bell ringing home movie? Steve, did you determine if there's enough content
I have
there?
not had a chance to yet.
Well, you know how we have a calendar of all these significant events in VCR party history. This Thursday, my alert went off on my phone. It's the anniversary of explain it, Steve. You and some of your ne'er-do-well friends got drunk and rang a bell at a monastery or something?
Yes, a Zen Buddhist monastery. We went and rang it repeatedly until the monks chased us in the middle of the night.
All right, you're going to be a father. Is that
yes
also true? Okay.
Yes.
When this happened last year? Was this last year or was this
2 years ago?
2 years ago. Okay.
During the pandemic.
It's the 2-year anniversary of that happening, so we're going to be watching that maybe on Thursday if there's enough good stuff. Otherwise, maybe we'll pick out some good Star Wars stuff. I have a lot of I have an entire home shopping segment when they're hawking Phantom Menace merchandise, so we could watch that as well. That's pretty.
That could be fun too. All right. Whew,
let's get out of here, huh?
All right, let's get out of here. There's let's go out on a I don't know, it's like 4 years ago or so. There's this Belgian band that reached out to us and said, "Hey, can you make a music video for us?" And the band's called Quantum Dot. And I was like, "Sure, we have all this footage here. I'll do it. I thought it'd be a fun project and everything." And the song's called Fast Forward. And now that I think about it, I bet they probably wanted like VHS type footage. It was called Fast Forward. So I thought that, maybe like spinning reels. I suggested all birthing videos to them. And I remember their response was kind of lukewarm. It was like, oh, well, okay. I guess that's not exactly. Okay. All right.
They didn't want a filth corner for a music video?
Who knew?
Quantum. It's nature. It's nature, guys.
And so anyway, they said yes, they agreed to it because I was doing it for free. So here's the music video that I made for Quantum Dot from Belgium. The song's called Fast Forward. It's on Spotify. The full version is on YouTube, and I love the song. And I think the video is really good too because I made it. So anyway, congratulations, Steve. Here's the thing: if we had been prepared, we could have done better.
Congrats to Steve, and we'll be right back right after these messages.
Thank you, everyone, and check out Flushing Friends and Gaming at gmail.com. Come play some games, have some food. That's it. My nose isn't full of yuck anymore.
Congratulations to Steve and Liz. Anyway, I got to pick up some munchies and special buzz juice if you catch my drift.
Give me a kick in the teeth, but I fast forward.
return, Dr. Selner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
Mine not there for yuck anymore.
Ooh.
That's all I'm doing.
Sure, Yodel. Have a good day.
Tinkerbell!
We'll be right back right after that. Good luck from all of us at Hagen.
And Kurt Polstead, the real great guy.
Nice, nice.
Goodbye.
Jim's coins in Hilldale.